And welcome back to the Support Drive Time on Rhythm 95.5. In this segment here, we call it Let's Talk Money. That's right, Naomi 𝒂𝒆🔔, our financial coach, is on the inside. Naomi.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back.
Hi, good afternoon. How are you, Naomi?
I'm good, and you?
I am not too bad, thank you.
All right.
So what do you have for us today?
Well, today we'll be looking at creating financial goals and resolution for the new year.
Right.
We want to start off 2025 on a good footing, so we're going to take the month of December to just put our finances into perspective.
Okay.
Before we go into that, today is 5 years since I started the persistent accounting business. Yeah, and just to say thank you, especially to our customers and even to our listeners. We have a giveaway.
Oh.
So persons listening right now can go on to the shop.naomisnumbers.co website. You select shop, you go and you select the Naomi's Numbers budget sheet. The first 5 people to click on this budget sheet and put in the code, it will you either have to pay or put in a code. So if you put in the code, you're going to put Let's, which starts with capital L, Talk Money, number sign 5. The first 5 people to put in this code will get the Naomi's Numbers budget sheet for free.
Okay, so I can do this, right?
Yeah, you can try. Let's see if you'll be the part of the first 5. So Let's,
finally a
capital
competition.
L, Talk Money, number sign 5. We're celebrating 5 years. That's why that's the number 5. And the first 5 people to go in gets the budget sheet for free so that you can start 2025 on a good footing.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, first of all, happy anniversary to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a big deal. Your business has been going for 5 years. And guys, if you're just tuning in, yes, she's giving away something for the 5 years. You're going to get access to Naomi's Numbers, the first 5 persons to log in and use the promo code.
That's correct. That's correct.
Okay. All right.
So today we, like we said, we were talking about creating financial goals and resolution in an excellent way to bring clarity and purpose to your money managing journey.
Okay.
So whether you're looking to save more, reduce debt, or grow your wealth, setting realistic and actionable goals can help you achieve financial success in the new year.
Okay.
So let's dive in.
Oh, okay, let's dive. We're diving.
Not into the ocean. Why financial goals matter? Financial goals give you direction and focus.
Right.
The same way you put in goals for anything that you want to achieve, you can put in financial goals.
Okay.
So you know what you're going to focus on and what you want to achieve. They help you stay on track and prioritize what matters most.
Okay.
Without clear goals, it's easy to overspend, undersave, or fall into bad financial habits. Goals also give you something to celebrate as you hit milestones while keeping you motivated throughout the year.
Okay.
So you put a goal to save $1,000. When you hit that goal, you feel that you've achieved the first milestone.
Okay.
And you go again.
Okay.
Yes. So we're going to look at setting steps to create financial goals and resolution. How do I create a financial goal or a resolution for my finances?
Yeah.
So the first thing you're going to do is reflect on 2024. Reflect on the past year.
What if I tell you I don't want to do that at all?
You have to do it so that you can get some clarity.
The financial aspect of it.
Yes.
Okay. Let's just clarify that. The
Yes.
financial aspect of it, we're going to sit down and we're going to reflect. Okay.
Right. If you was writing in a book, luckily, or if you were keeping track of your finances, even better. You'll be able to look at it and analyze better. But then if you have not, you have to try and reflect as much as possible.
Right.
Then the second thing you're going to do is begin setting new goals. Take a moment to reflect on the past year, 2024, and ask yourself these questions. What financial decisions worked well for me for 2024? What didn't go as planned?
Okay.
And what do I want to improve?
Okay.
Understanding your successes and challenges will guide your goal setting process. So when you understand all the what's and the whys, then you will be able to now look at be specific and realistic with your goal.
So when you say challenges, what type of challenges might we consider for this year?
Okay, so for example, if I said, okay, what financial decision worked well? So that one is not a challenge. Or what didn't work well, right? What didn't go as planned?
Right.
So then we reflect in 2024. I decided to clear certain debts before the end of 2024.
Right.
And let's say my target was to clear one or two of them. I didn't clear any of them.
Why?
Then that didn't go as planned.
So why didn't you clear any of the debt?
The situation happened, could be a family member passed away and that threw them off.
Yes.
It can be emergency medical situation. So that also threw.
Yeah.
Life happens, and whatever fraud you off throughout the year can cause that.
Okay. Could we also consider maybe as soon as the paycheck came in versus actually putting it or prioritizing paying our rent or paying whatever bills we went and we bought drinks for our friends and those were some mistakes that we would have to reflect on.
That's correct.
Okay.
And you know that, okay, I did that and that really messed me up. I can't do that for
because we were short about $50 for the rent and the landlord wasn't happy about that.
That's correct. So you're not going to repeat that for 2025.
We're not doing that anymore.
As a matter of fact, try and not enter 2025 with any new debt. Don't add any. Try and deal with them in December.
Get rid of it. Right.
Yeah. So when you've done that, you've done the reflection. What financial decision worked well for me? What didn't go as planned? And what do I want to improve? When you understand that, then the third step is to be specific and realistic.
Okay.
Like you said, you looked at it. You went and do something else instead of paying the rent first. You shot the landlord.
And that should not be happening because your landlord,
Right.
that is your home, that is your that should be a priority.
That's correct.
Okay.
So you realize, okay, I wasn't considerate and I wasn't prioritizing in that situation.
Right.
So your goal should be clear and achievable.
Okay.
2025, I'm going to prioritize.
Okay.
I'm going to ensure rent, utilities are taken off before I do any spending. So you need that clear understanding.
Okay.
Then you go and you set short-term, mid-term, and long-term goals. So you look at your short-term, whether it's build an emergency fund, pay off a credit card, or create a budget. For example, you haven't created any budget for 2024. So your short-term goal is between December to January. Before you get your first pay in January, you create a budget. That's a short-term goal.
So what if we did create the goal, budget, but we never we did not continue using it? It did not the budgeting did not continue in the
short-term goal too.
Okay.
That effective 2025.
Right.
I'm going to create a budget and stick to it.
Stick to the budget. Okay.
Yes.
And continue.
That's correct.
Talking to myself, but yes.
Then you can look at your midterm,
Right.
where this one would not be within like short term, which is 3 to 12 months, probably a year to 5 years, your midterm. So let's say your midterm goals can be save for a down payment on a home, pay off a car loan, fund a holiday.
Right.
Deal with all your short-term goals first, and then you go to the midterm goals. Then when you create your midterm goals, then you can look at your long-term goals, your 5+ years goals.
Right.
Whether you're planning for retirement, investing, whether it's in education, or grow your investment portfolio, whether it's in shares, bonds, whatever you choose to.
Right.
But you need it written down. So that way, you're not only saying it, you're seeing it, and while you're writing it, it's processing in your mind.
Yeah.
After that's done, then we're going to use the SMART framework. So you're going to use these goals, these 3 sets of goals, and we're doing SMART. Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, time-bound. Be specific about the goal. Ensure it's measurable, something that you can achieve.
Right.
Attainable. Must be able to attain it. Relevant. Is it necessary for example, your short-term goal? Is it necessary for the next 3 to 12 months? And you put time to it.
Yes.
So if I'm setting that goal, so 2025, I'm going to work on my emergency fund. I'll put a time limit to it. I'll give myself, if it's 6 months. If it have to extend to the year, okay. But you put a realistic time to it. That way, it will encourage you or probably force you to stick to achieving that goal.
Right.
When you do that, then you go ahead and you create your action plan. You break each goal into smaller steps. So how do I, for example, we're doing our emergency. We said we're going to do 6 months. Okay, for me to save $1,000 in 6 months, how much would I need to save monthly?
So we're doing maths.
Right.
Okay.
Then when you break it down to monthly, if probably you get income fortnightly, then you break it down to fortnightly. You can even break it down to weekly or daily.
Right.
So that you can achieve that $1,000 at the end of 6 months. So you create actionable plans for each of them.
Okay.
If it's something where, for example, let's say you choose to go into investment for next year, let's make it actionable. You know what? I'm going to put it in my salary deduction. So that way, as soon as I'm paid, it goes straight into that account before it hits my account. We make it actionable. You also want to track your progress. Regularly reviewing your goals to see how you're doing. This could be monthly or quarterly, depending on your goal. Adjust your plan if needed to stay on track.
So how often should we review?
So there are those you review monthly, and there are those you may need to review quarterly, mid-year, at the end of the year.
Okay.
It's based on what your action plan was.
Okay.
So, for example, if it's let's say something where you already have a salary deduction going to, you don't need to look at this one monthly because that's when it doesn't change. It's a flat rate. You probably need to look at it quarterly, mid-year, at the end of the year.
Okay.
If it's something else where, for example, your utility bills most times are not a flat rate, you need to review this monthly.
Okay.
So it depends on what is on your budget, what your goals are. Then there are those you do monthly, there are those you do every other month. It depends on what you put down. So some examples of financial resolutions that we can look at for 2025: build an emergency fund. We can decide how we save for it if it's within 3 to 6 months of our living expense for unexpected situation. If you need to save probably 1 year of your living expense, you decide, pay off debt, stick to a budget.
Right.
So if that's one of you notice that was your weakness for 2024, so 2025 financial goals, stick to my budget. Invest more.
Right.
Increase income. Practice mindful spending. So these are some resolutions we can look at, some goals we can look at, financial goals we can look at for 2025. There are more.
Yes.
But these are just some of them. To stay committed to your resolution,
Right.
visualize your goals. Write them down, like I said, and then you place them somewhere visible.
Yeah. Like your vision
fridge
board.
or your vision board, right?
Right.
You place it somewhere where you can see it so it can constantly remind you.
Because out of sight, out of mind.
That's right.
So we keep it in our faces, right?
That's, yeah. To reward milestones. Celebrate small wins to motivate you. You can treat yourself. So let's say you start off with, let me save $1,000 first. When you save that $1,000, you can buy yourself something nice for saving the $1,000.
From the $1,000.
No. We're not touching that 1,000 because we're going to build on it.
Oh, so we have to save it up again for us to be able to go back to the house.
That's correct. Yeah, treat yourself. Yes.
Okay.
Then you find accountability.
Okay.
So you can share your goals with a trusted friend or a partner who can encourage you and keep you accountable.
But that's what we have a financial coach for, eh? Hi, Naomi.
Yeah, that's if you're working with a financial coach, then the financial coach will keep you accountable.
Fair enough.
Yes. And the final one, be flexible.
But not too flexible. Because too much flexibility is going to allow you too much leeway to do what you want.
Right, to spend unnecessarily. Yes.
So ask yourself, what questions should we ask ourselves before we go ahead and purchase things? What questions do you things that are not on the budget or things that are...
Is it on the shopping list?
Yeah.
Or is it on the list?
Yeah.
Your to-do list, whatever. That's the first thing you should be asking
yourself. You should ask yourself that.
Yeah.
And then
if it's not, is it a need or a want?
Needs or want. It comes right back down to that question. Is it a need or a want?
Right. And if it's a need, then you need to consider how high on the list
right.
it should
and
be.
is it something that can
and
wait?
And if it's a want, then it can wait.
If it's okay, so the needs definitely take priority.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So be flexible. Life happens. If something unexpected arises, adjust your goals instead of abandoning them entirely. So something happened, you were putting $200 savings on a side. You might cut it down to 100 for probably 2-3 months, and you bring it back up to the 200.
Fair enough. I think that's definitely doable. That makes sense. I mean, it doesn't have to be the 200. It doesn't have to be the 100. If you're working with $50, it is what it is because we're all in different brackets.
That's correct.
Right. All right. So, guys, I believe it's about that time. Yeah.
Yes. As we wrap up, remember that setting financial goals is the first step towards creating the life you want. Take time to reflect, plan, and commit to your resolution. And you'll be amazed at what you can achieve by the end of the year.
Okay.
Yeah. So thank you for listening, guys, to Let's Talk Money.
Yes.
You can always find us on Instagram, Naomi's Numbers, or Persistent Accounting. You can also send us an email, naomisnumbers@gmail.com. Or if you want to share your financial goals or you have questions, you can also send a WhatsApp to 1758-384-4576.
Okay.
So, yes, before we end, before I say join us next year, before we close off the year.
She's ready.
Yeah.
She's ready for the season.
Let me just remind them of the first giveaway.
Right.
The first giveaway, you get the budget sheet for free. And the giveaway code is LETS, which is capital L, Talk Money, $5. So Let's Talk Money, $5 with a capital L when you type in the LETS. And our final giveaway, once the first 5 persons have put in this code, they get it for free. It will no longer be free. But then other persons after that can get a 5% discount. It will be available for 5 days. You realize we're sticking to 5.
To the 5 years, because 5
years.
5 years, right.
So 5% discount for the next 5 days, and you can just type in the code Persistent Accounting 5, and you get a 5% discount.
Okay.
Persistent, make sure you start with capital P, Accounting, capital A, 5. And I forgot to say no space in between. No space. Everything stuck together.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, amazing. Thank you so much, Naomi. So, guys, this has been Let's Talk Money on Rhythm 95.5. And we're definitely wrapping up this year. This is the final episode for the year. And we start back again fresh in January 2025. But guys, if you do want to hear more, if you need to speak with Naomi, she's giving you the information. And again, you can definitely see her reach out to her on Instagram, Naomi's Numbers.
Yeah.
Right? Or you can also reach her at Persistent Accounting on Instagram. Okay, so that's it for us for this